So the topic for today's discussion is JWT. It's a very important part in the security chapter of Spring Boot. So JWT stands for JSON Web Token, and its purpose is authorization. There's a lot of confusion between candidates, and some mess up in the interview by saying it is used for authentication, wherein it is not used for authentication, it is used for authorization. This is the first thing. Now let's simulate a real world environment to understand what is JWT. Okay, so let's say this is a patient and he goes to a doctor. This is a doctor's clinic. Okay, now this doctor has only a single clinic in that city, like we have in our neighborhood. The physician has one clinic, and this is the only place where he practices. Okay, then he has a laptop, and in that laptop he stores all the prescriptions and all the whatever he has, the details of his patients. Okay, so when the first time this patient comes in, they ask, if you observe, the first time fee is higher and subsequent visit fees are lower, because first time he will create a file, insert data into the file, so he has to do a lot of tedious work, so he will charge 500. And what will take, okay, and now this record of this student, this patient, is now fed in his computer. Okay, so next time when this person comes to visit this doctor, he will give him a patient ID. What will he give him? A unique patient ID. Next time when he walks in, okay, so if he had last visited 6 months ago, does the doctor remember his medical history? Because in a day he sees hundreds of patients. So in the last 180 days he has seen 18,000 patients, and he doesn't have that sharp memory that he can remember 18,000 prescriptions and 18,000 medical history. So he tells, give me your patient ID. So his patient ID is 123. So he enters 123 and click on submit. He gets the entire history. Okay, last time you had done in November, and this is what you had told symptoms, and this medicine I had prescribed you, these tests I had prescribed you, and then you had done the test. Next day you had shown me the results. This was your sugar, this was your BP, this was all your reading. Only yes, 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 and this medicine I had given you. Okay, so all this customer needs to know is the patient ID, and the entire information about this patient is stored in the computer of the physician. Okay, now let's say this physician has his own clinic and he also visits the hospital, like many physicians do. Morning they are in the hospital and evening they come to their private clinic. Okay, and it was an emergency case, and this person could not wait till the evening to go to the clinic. So where did he go? Where did he go? To the hospital. Now when he goes to the hospital, he is a IPD, inpatient department. Remember OPD and out. So he goes in the OPD, outpatient. No, those patients who are residing in the hospital in some room. Okay, they are IPD, and those who just come to visit the doctor and go back to their home that very day, they are OPD. So he goes to the OPD. But now, does this OPD recognize what is 123? This 123 is specific only to that clinic. So here they will ask him to make one more new file. They might give him a number 456 over here. Now the doctor, again he has forgotten him now. If he is coming after 6 months, even if he has come yesterday, doctor has seen 100 patients and they are very particular. Okay, so they will not take a single chance. So if they see that the patient heart is healthy, they will still tell him, go and do a ECG, because you don't want to take any chance. So now what will he tell? Now again start from scratch. because this data is valid only for this location. It is not valid for this location. Make sense? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so you can argue. So why doesn't this doctor, if he's earning so handsomely, why doesn't he take a server? Why doesn't he take a Google space, cloud, and store all these medical history at one centralized location, which he can access from here also, and which he can access from here also. Correct? But this will lead to a single point of failure. This will lead to, if this server is not accessible, if this is Google server, and Google tell, okay, on this particular day we are running a maintenance drive and we will shut down this server. So can the doctor afford that one day he does not get access to any of his patients? It is not like a grocery store, no? Shut down. These are very critical things. So if he has a surgery lined up that day and he is not able to access the records, will he be able to do the surgery? Okay, so this will lead to a single point of failure. So if he is operating from multiple destinations, don't store it on individual laptops, store it at one single location and access it from there via the internet. Correct? So this will lead to what? One single point of failure. Okay, if they are a big multinational healthcare institute, let's say like Apollo Hospital, every city they have a hospital. So if the person is of that nature, so if he has registered over here in Pune, then if he goes to Delhi, okay, the Delhi people are unaware of his existence. We don't know what is 123. Am I understood? So the limitation of this, so even though this is the same franchisee, okay, so this is the same XYZ Hospitality, they all are the same brand, right? So they have 3 hospitals in one city, Pune, and then they also have many hospitals. Let's say across India they have 500 hospitals. So this is XYZ Hospital where Delhi, and this is XYZ Hospital where Mumbai. XYZ. They might also have branches overseas also. Correct? Let's say this is in J. So now what they say, you all can get your treatment done any place, anywhere. If you are on the, if even if you are traveling, you can get your treatment done. You need to come to a local city to get your treatment done. So now this person walks into the same person now with this ID. He says my ID is 123, and he comes here and tells, this person says in our computer there is no 123 record. Yes or no? So he cannot benefit from this outstation hospital even though it is of the same brand. Yes? No. So you can argue कि single point, single server नहीं रहता क्या? It will be there, but I am taking the worst case scenario. If this server is down, let's say 99.999 chances that it will not be down. Let's take the remote 0.0001% chance. What if this server is down? Then still, if he enters 123 over here, the server is down, it will get 404. What will it get? Not 4. Okay, so they keep it on the local copy. Make sense? So now what they do is, now what the practice is, general practice by these doctors is, you go there, they make a file. They make a file. Okay, so they will make a file, and on that file they will write your ID. Okay, patient ID. They might even give you a barcode. They might even give you a, nowadays they might give you a barcode. Okay, and that will have this file. So on your subsequent visit, the doctor says you have to carry this file. You have to carry this file with you. Okay, and let's say if this person is a employee of some company, okay, or he's having some insurance policy. He's having some insurance policy, and he tells the insurance company, my doctor has told me this surgery, and the doctor has not told him any surgery, and the cost of the surgery is 25 lakhs. Please give me 25 lakhs. You want a medical record? I have the medical record, and from a very branded, renowned hospital. So the insurance company sees the record, sees that file. Okay, yes, he has been prescribed a surgery, and they give him 25 lakhs. So this forgery is possible. This person can go and make some changes, some forgery in the file, so that should not be done. Okay, so ideally what happens is, now let's take a new scenario. This understood this scenario and the limitation of this scenario. Even though you are having multiple branches, but your data is at one particular branch only. Only that branch understands you. Apart from that branch, no one understands you. So now let's take scenario 2, which is of JWT's logic. Okay, here also there is no internet. Okay, so the argument is null and void. So you are using internet. Why don't you use internet in the first scenario? I can take the 0.001% chance. Okay, so here also there is no internet. So this person goes to which hospital? XYZ hospital. So now let's come to the scenario of JWT. So we have a XYZ hospital. This person, patient, walks in. Okay, so first time he is walking in. Okay, so there is always first time and subsequent time. There is only two times, right? First time and subsequent time. Okay, so you first time and subsequent time. Okay, so first and subsequent. Okay, so first time. So what they will do is they will make two lines. Hospital first time registration line, and those who are coming for the second time. Okay, and they will keep one employee, lady employee, who will just make the files over here. Her job is just to write the name of the patient and his age and weight, all that, to make this file. And those who are coming for the second time directly come in this line. No need to go in that because you already have the file. Make sense? A very systematic approach they have. Okay, so they have two queues. Okay, those who are coming for the first time and those who are coming for the second time. Okay, second time question will be asked. Show your file. Last when did you visit? Did you buy the medicines? Lots of questions. First time, no. I'm going for the first time. I have no idea. So are you these two queues understood? So now this is coming for the first time. So we will go via this queue. So not much of question asking over here, but I'm for the first time. Now he goes over here. Okay, doctor creates a file. The file is just created over here. The file. So first he goes over here, takes his file. Okay, takes his file. Whatever barcode is stick over here. So let's say the barcode scanner is 123. This is his barcode, and then his name. Okay, so this barcode contains his all information: his name, his age, his gender, his weight. Okay, his medical history is all there in the barcode. Doctor is very sophisticated. He just takes this file, scans the barcode, entire thing reflects on his computer screen. Make sense? Oh, now doctor sees, and then doctor prescribes some medicine to him. You take QRT medicine, you take this medicine, you take this medicine, and you do this test. Okay, there is a medicine for sleep. Okay, it's given in very less dose, 0.25 mg. The name starts with R. Okay, I will not disclose the name. That medicine is the pharmacist will only issue if you have a prescription. If you have a, did the doctor issue that R medicine to him? No, he did not issue the R medicine. And now doctor says, you go and take this file with you. Right, this file will go with him, right? The file which was created over here, is given to the patient. You go. Okay. Now this patient, next time when he comes, can he add that? And the doctor has whatever when he gave, the doctor saved that in his computer also. Okay. So the doctor saved this scanner in his computer also. Making sense? So now this student, this patient, and the doctor, they have the same copy of the data. Next time when he comes, and if he does any forgery over here, next time when he comes and he writes that medicine name, that doctor you had prescribed this medicine for sleep, because this is a drug. This is a drug also. Those who have anxiety problem, they take this, and some people also take it, misuse it. So this person is trying to misuse it because the pharmacist did not issue this medicine without the prescription. So he did this forgery. Next time when he comes, when the doctor scans this file, he will say unauthorized. This is not the person which this is barcode does not match with my barcode. Because in my barcode, I just wrote R dot dot dot. That was some other medicine. I didn't even write this medicine, let's say. I just give you one pill to take. 2 pills I didn't prescribe because my scanner is not showing that. So he is saying this is unauthorized. So we will tell that, did you forge with it? He says no, no, no. Then he will catch him. That I'll show you the CCTV footage. And I have a camera installed on my writing pad also. In detail he will show. Then I did not write this. Oh, I have the scanned copy of the prescription stored in a PDF. This is the PDF which I give and this is the PDF you have. Not there. And see the handwriting also is a problem. So even if he tries to do some forgery, he will be caught. The doctor has this signature. What it has? Signatured is there. So this file which is given to him has a digital signature. So he cannot tamper with this file. Okay, now this chap goes to the hospital. This was at the clinic, right? He goes to the hospital. Doctor, I didn't have time to wait till the evening to meet you at a clinic. It was an emergency case. I had to rush to the hospital. So I inquired and tell doctor in the morning he's in the hospital. So now he comes to the hospital, but what he has to carry with him? This file. He carries it. This file. Doctor has the scanner. He scans. It reflects on the screen. Doctor. Okay. So it is what? So whatever is there is over here. Whatever is there is over here. And now it reflects on the screen. Okay, I had given this medicine. You take this. Next time you go. Now this person goes to Jaipur XYZ hospital. They will scan. Okay, there is no forgery in it. Okay, that scanner will detect the forgery. That is the only thing it detects. If he goes to Delhi, just what he has to do, just carry this file wherever he wants to do. So there is no single point of failure. There is no single point of failure. This is just the possession he has to have. It is just that this file he has to keep safely. Okay, and this file cannot be tampered with. There is a doubt in the students. The doctor has given the patient the file, now he can do anything. No, he can go to the insurance company and claim insurance. A doctor has prescribed me surgery, please pay for my surgery. He cannot go there unless the doctor has actually prescribed, because this barcode data will be tallied, will be cross checked. If there is even a single dot which is added extra by this person, even a dot can make a difference, right? Doctor added to 5 mg. This person put a dot over here. So while scanning, he said, no, this is not the file which we had given. Am I understood? So this is your token. This is your token. When you first time visit a website, application, when you first time visit a SpringBoot application, and you have added the starter security, what is SpringBoot's default nature? It will open a login form, and it will ask you to enter username and password. Okay, I will bypass that. So that is for subsequent times. That approach of default approach of SpringBoot is for whom? For subsequent visitors, not for first time visitors. It is for whom? The username and password, the login form, logout form. Remember, that form will open for whom? For those who have a file. For those who have a file. Those who don't have a file, for them we will not go to this. So we will bypass this form for the first time users. For whom? For the first time users. For the second time users, we will be normal, like we do. So this will be only for whom? For second. For the first time users, we will not do this form. So we will bypass this form. I'll show you what. Okay. So the first time, what we will do is we will make an endpoint. We will make an endpoint. So let's say we have in our database, we have database genuine users. Who are they? Alice. Okay. For Alice 123. What is the username? What is the password? We have this data, and we can have in memory. You have it hard coded in array list, or you have it in the database extra. That doesn't matter much. So this data will be there. First time I will call an endpoint called as authenticate. Which endpoint will I call? I will call an endpoint called as, and to it I will pass the request body of this data. So this will be a model class. This will be a model class. What will I pass? Username, what? Alice, and password Alice123. Okay, this will be a request body to which endpoint? Authenticate. This will now authenticate. So I will not, first time I will not authenticate from the default login of Spring Security. I will write my own login. I will use my own authentication. This is called as authentication, right? So I will authenticate first time, only for the first time, using a own endpoint. I will not rely on the default Spring Security login form for authentication. Okay, so I will take the request body of this model class, whatever this model class is, security request, and then I will authenticate it or not? Valid user, invalid user. The username is also matching and password also matching. Okay, if it was 123 and this, only I will say invalid user. So assuming the user is valid user, so I will use my own logic to authenticate now, and I will say valid user, and now I will create a scanner for this user. I will create a, this is the first time, no? So I will create a barcode. Okay, so I'll create a barcode 1 2. This is called as token. This is called as token, and that will be the response of this authenticate endpoint. That will be the response. So what did for the authenticate? What is the input? What is the input? Give me your username, password, and what will I give you? I will give you a JWT. I will give you a, which is an alphanumeric string of 100 plus characters, approximate that much characters. Token given. Now whenever you want to hit any other endpoint, you have to pass this token. In this token, all your history is there. So in this token, if I fetch, what username will I get? This is all embedded. So all that history, name, age, any allergies, height, any previous surgical procedure done on you, X, or any heredity problem, did your mother have any allergy, father had any, all that is stored in where? In that token. When the first line, so what is this lady doing? This lady will counsel. Okay, the posh hotel will take half an hour to record all the data. Once that data is stored, it will be stored in a chip or a barcode. And if I just scan that barcode, the entire history will be visible. So I just authenticate Alice123 valid user, give him the barcode. This barcode contains everything. Those are called as claims. What are those called as? Claims. So all that information in the token about that logged in user Logged in user is called as principal. The user who has logged in is called as the principal or subject, you can call it. What you can call him? Principal or the subject. So when I say subject means who? The currently logged in user. So all the information about that is stored over here after authentication. If it was Alice 456, invalid. 403, directly get out. But valid user, go and store all the claims. So we will write a token in that we will put all the claims. Okay, we will also say this file is valid only for 3 years. This token is valid only for 3 years. After the one, let's say 365, 365, after 1,000 days, you have to buy a new token. Okay, so the expiry, the issue time, AIT, issued at, expiry, EAT, expiry time, all that is mentioned, and you can add n number of claims as per you. You can add whatever. You can add your favorite hero. If it is a very fancy hotel, very fancy hospital, you will add unnecessary details also. Do you have any pet? Do you have pet allergies? Do you have dust allergies? X, Y, Z they will add. This is, you can add n number of claims whatever you want to add, and then they will return. So this authenticate will return me a token. Now subsequent, I want to hit any API, add employee. This API I want to hit. So I have to pass this token. From this token, they will extract the username. What they will extract? User name. Okay. Next time when I will hit, it will take me to whom? Over here. So here also I have to give what? Alice 123. Next time when I will hit, it will take me to the second time. Where will it take me? The JWT login form, right? So there I will enter Alice 123. Authenticated. Now who is the subject? Alice. And now Alice has given me what? A token. From this token I will fetch the claim. Who is he? Alice. Valid? Yes. Authorized. Getting it? So in that claim also Alice is there, and logged in also is Alice. So like this they will authorize. Okay, now Alice has the access to add EMP. Alice can access. Alice is legitimate. If it was something else, it would say 403 forbidden. So now for every subsequent, in the header, in the request param, request body, like I said, you have request header. In that header you have key value page. What do you have? How request params were there? Key value. Request body was just JSON. Even request headers are key values. So the key you have to pass is called authorization. What is the key? Authorization. And the value you have to pass the keyword bearer. What keyword? Bearer space and this token. Okay. And if you, okay, now if you are a hacker, so you come home and then you take that token and you put on the hacking website, you will know what the token contains. Okay, so you can check what is the token containing. Okay, it is made of 3 parts. A header, it is made of 3 parts: header, payload and signature. Header, payload and signature. Okay, header is the encrypting algorithm. What is header? What encryption? So BC123 is not the information, right? Information is the entire detail which this lady, when he had sat for the first time for half an hour, had given the details. So the details that is encrypted in which? Any random alphabet numeric numbers. Barcode. What is the barcode? What is the QR scanner? Does it give information? From the looking at the QR, can you tell the shop name? So that is all hidden. But if you scan, you get the shop name. So that all data is encrypted over here. Getting it? So that we can fetch. So that is the data which is there, the main data. What is your name? What is your age? That is the payload. So whatever you want, you can add in the payload. X, Y, Z, blah blah. Favorite actor, favorite actress, whatever. And then the doctor will sign it. Then the doctor will, then it, these two things will combine and form the signature. And while creating the token also, it will ask for a secret. It will ask for a string. See, if my payload is enumtic, okay, and if the secret key which I am using to encrypt this is no, not take Alice again and again, we'll take Apple. What will you take? So what logic it is applying? Let's say, assuming after every two characters, add one character of this. So what happens? ENAUMPTEPCHL, and there's no character L. So based on whatever secret, this is my secret, right? This is my secret string. You can change that. You can give whatever you can give. Give whatever you want to give. Okay. You can give a very complex secret also if you want high level of security. But then you should remember this. Okay. So let's give secret as any string you can keep as secret. Apple. It will take that secret key, take my payload, and then make a signature out of it. Make some signature it will make. Okay, while decoding, it will take that secret again and then decode it. Okay, remove after every two, remove one character. 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 It has got the data. Okay, like this, it will do some encryption, decryption internally. So a token has three parts. What are they? Separated by a period, separated by a dot. So you will, when you see the token, it will have two dots. So from the first till the first dot is the header, till the second dot it is the payload, and after that it is the signature. So that JW token is signed. Okay, you cannot do any changes in it. If you do a small change, so this was, let's say some token was sent to me. Okay, so what was it? We had made a token of this, right? So ENA, okay, right? ENUMTECH, and let's put one character over here. APPLT. You make any changes in this, you put a dot over here. Now while decoding, it will not get that same string. So it will say invalid token. What will it say? Invalid token. So now in a monolithic architecture, when doctor has only one clinic, doctor has only, very easy to understand. You take the file, go home, come after 6 months, give it to the doctor. He has only one clinic. He will scan. Okay, everything is good. It is not tampered. In a microservices architecture, means multiple monolithic architectures. Multiple. So one server is Java, one server is Python, one server is C#, one server is on a Kotlin, one is on Golang. Different each service on different servers in different languages having different databases. Now I from one service want to access a API of another service. From Pune, I got the registration, but now I am in Delhi and I want to show the doctor. I'm not feeling well, so I will not wait till come. I don't have the time to wait till take a flight and come to Pune. When I have the privilege of going to a nearby hospital in Delhi also. So all what I need, a token. Okay, so I will just take the token in the header. It will authenticate as a legal user and it will serve my request. So this is the beauty of JWT token. Is the overview understood? So this endpoint is the authorization service. This is one microservices whose only purpose is to create token and issue token. This employee is your auth service. What is this employee? The first time who comes over here. So in your microservices, you have multiple services, right? So auth service. So this is your auth service whose job is only to issue token. So every time when you first time access that application, you have to come via the auth service. But unless and until you have a token, you cannot access any endpoint. And who gives the token? Auth service. And auth service will not rely on the login of this, of Spring Security, we have to create a token, right? What this login does, just check, matching, allow, not matching, reject. But now if it is allowing, what to do? We need a token based on all the payload. That part has to be done, right? So we will first time bypass this and directly go to the auth service. Okay. From the auth service, subsequent services can be interacted. Once you have the token and till the token is valid. So if our token is valid for 3 hours, then in 3 hours I can access any endpoint. It will authenticate, approve. Okay, he has the authority. He is authorized to use this service. He is what? Now authentication is already done. Now it is a system of authorized. Okay, when I have that file of XYZ hospital, I am authenticated. But am I authorized to visit the Delhi hospital? They will see the file and they will scan the token. Okay, this token is valid. Yes, you can meet the doctor. Dr. Rahul is not there, but Dr. Ajay is there. Because you have been authenticated in Pune and you are now authorized to have the services of the Jaipur hospital. So token will always come in the authorization part. Okay. So for every subsequent request, you have to pass in the header what? Key as authorization and value as bearer, space, and whatever alphanumeric token it has. Okay. And if you decode the token, it will be of 3 parts: header, payload, and signature. Header is the algorithm which you are using. Okay. Whatever encrypting algorithm you all are using, RS512, RS256, there are different algorithms. Payload is the actual data which you want. So when we decrypt the token, we can get the information. Okay, and the signature is based on these two. It will form a secret key, which while decryption can be compared and using the secret also. Okay, so this secret also is very important while creating the token, because this secret will be mixed with the payload and then you will get the token. Okay, one second. So now let's try to summarize what we have studied so far. So first of all, when the request comes for the first time, it will go to the authenticate service, the auth service. Okay, that auth service will take an input and will give an output. Input, it will take the username and password. So we will have an entity class. Okay, so we can name it as your security request. What you can name it as? Your security request model class. So put this in the which package? Model class, and make a getter, setter, default constructor, parameters, etc. of these two things. Of that, I will pass a JSON in my input payload request body, and the authenticate service will authenticate this user and generate me a token. So output of the auth service will be one single string JWT, and JWT will be of this nature. It will be of 3 parts: red part, green part, and blue part. Red part is the header. Red part is the header. Okay. Green part is the payload, that is the claims. Okay, and in the claims you can put the issue time, expiry time, XYZ things you will put, and the last thing is the signature. Okay, so these 3 things will be in the separated by a dot. Okay, once you get a payload, you can now go to a website called jwt.io. What is the website? jwt.io, and try to decode this. So it will give this to the site, and it will give you the claims and signature and header on that, vice versa both. And now once this is there, now for subsequent request, in the header you have to pass this payload. The key will be authorization and the value will be bearer, space, and the token full. And now whenever you want to hit any endpoint subsequently, you have to pass the token in the header, key as and value as. So now this request will directly not go to this endpoint. We will put a filter in between. We will put a filter as a pre-activity. What is it? So before 12 you have to give 10, or before your masters you have to give an entrance. What is entrance exam? What is MSCT? A pre-activity before your actual event. So like this, directly it will not route to this endpoint. It will route to a filter class. The filter we will use is once per request, and that filter now will read the header, extract the token. This is a string value, right? So B starts at which index? 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From the 7th index, it will extract everything. So you will use substring function. So we'll use what? Substring function, and from which character? Give me everything. So it will extract the, it will read the token. From the token, it will extract the payload. From the payload, it will get the username, and then it will check whether the username is valid. Remember, we had a function load user by username, so that will validate, and then it will send to this. Okay, it is authorized user. If not, error 403. Understood? Very good. So let me give you a demo. Okay, so I made this application. I right click on this application. I run it. Okay, run it. Okay, so let's try to run the application first. Right click on it, run as Java application. Okay, so now which endpoint will I call first in the controller? I can't afford to have microservices over here, right? So we are using a monolithic architecture. So this authenticate will serve as a what? Authenticate service, right? So whatever I needed for that. So I have an endpoint over here now. What endpoint do I have? I have and slash authenticate. And to what I will pass it the request body. And what are my users? So if I go to my user detail service, my users are Alice. Okay, so I have made a API dog, and over here generate token. It is a post request, right? So we are sending the information, correct? So I go here on my generate token. I have copied the two tokens which I had delivered, which I had generated in the morning. So now the token which I generate now, will it be identical to them? Because everything is same, claims everything is same, secret also is same. So what will be the difference? The IAT issued time. So that will change the token. Okay. So if I go to this generate token, okay. So I go to authenticate, okay, and in the body, what do I put? इसको कुछ पास करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इसमें हेडर पास करने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि ये तो देगा ना अपने को। ये तो मेरे पास प्रीवियस वाला यूज से दिखा रहा है, इसको तो कुछ पास करने की जरूरत नहीं। बॉडी में गए, एलिस पास किया जेसन फॉर्मेट में, ठीक है। ये मेरा पिछला टोकन है जो मैंने यहाँ पर तुम लोग के लिए स्टोर कर लिया। दिख रहे हैं ये दो टोकन ऊपर? तो दिख रहे हैं, सब सेम है, ठीक है। एल्गोरिथम सेम है, एल्गोरिथम सेम था दोनों टोकन का, RS-256। तो ये पार्ट पूरा सेम है एल्गोरिथम। क्लेम्स भी तकरीबन सेम, जो क्लेम में यूजर नेम रहता, तो ये भी तकरीबन देखो सेम है। सिर्फ इतना है कि यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा चेंज हुआ है इधर। वो क्या चेंज हुआ है? इशूड टाइम। और फिर इन दोनों को मिक्स करके वो क्या बनाता है? सिग्नेचर। वो दोनों चेंज हो गए, ठीक है। तो अभी करूँगा तो जनरेट, तो अभी मेरा सिग्नेचर दूसरा होगा, ठीक है। तो ये बॉडी हो गया, फिर मैंने यूजर नेम और एलिस पास किया। नाउ इफ आई डू अ सेंड, तो व्हाट इज दिस ऑथ सर्विस डू? Auth service will generate me a token, so it will return me a only one single JWT, na? It's executed. It's doing all that encryption, processing all that stuff. Okay, token got. Okay, let's copy it and check whether it is the same. Should be 70-80% the same. Right? What has changed? This has changed over here. was the issue and the expiry. Okay, if you want to check how it looks like, take this token and go to which website? gaw.io. That also I've opened for you all over here. What is the website? gaw.io. Okay, go here and now see this. In the morning I had put this claim. And now if I put this again, I remove this and I paste this. Three parts: red, purple, and blue. This is the claims. Suppose the subject issued is this time and it is expiring in 10 hours. So this is the expiry time. See 55574 These are numbers of seconds which have expired since 1st Jan 1970. So these many seconds have expired since 1st Jan 1970. So this is the current second counter and this is adding 10 hours to it. That is added those many seconds to it. So my token will expire at that time. And this is the subject of my token, my principal. Okay, this is the algorithm I'm using, and with this it has made a signature. So you cannot fidget with it. If I fidget with this, it will be invalid. Okay, now this is a token I have got. Now a subsequent request, what will I do? So now if I want to hit the welcome endpoint, what will I go? Header, key authorization and value, bearer, and now I will put my token. Okay, so expand this if it is too narrow to work. So expand it, bearer, space, remove this existing token, put your fresh token. Okay, now if I do some tampering with it, if I remove the queue, only one thing I have changed. Okay, now do OK and now try to send the request. It will be 403, 100%. 403, forbidden, you're not accessing. So then what will I do? Come here and put the exact token, right? Now okay, okay. And now if I do a send, it will access me and return me the response. What happened? Again, it is showing forbidden. Okay, did I not enter the correct token? This is my token, right? Did I not read it properly? And after bearer, I remove all this. I put the token and I do a send. So it should now return me the response as a valid user. Okay. Let's not, I guess, let's come again. Try to hit the authenticate. Okay, token gone. Okay, take this token. If you want to hit the next endpoint, go there, go to headers, authorization, bearer, enlarge it, remove everything of this last one, SQ, right? Remove it, paste what? Your token, okay it, and now do a send. So it will hit that endpoint. If you make any changes to the endpoint, it will say not forbidden. That I showed you.